and welcome back to another episode of the Rant of a Red Devil podcast. And today we are previewing the visit of Bournemouth to Old Trafford. Now, in United's last game, they looked phenomenal again, as they did before against Sheffield United. They absolutely dominated the game against Brighton. They controlled possession, they controlled territory on the pitch. Bruno was sensational again. Greenwood, fantastic again, getting the goal. Matic, I thought, had a brilliant game. He's one of these unsung heroes in the team that just allows the others around him to play, the likes of Pogba, Bruno. We've still got Marcus Rashford, who's trying to play himself into a bit of form. Obviously, with his injury layoff before lockdown, he's not quite regained that sharpness yet, which is to be expected. And I think Ollie's doing the right thing in playing him through that, to try and get that fit and firing Rashford again. Since lockdown started, I think since football started after lockdown, I think the first half of the Spurs game we looked a little bit sloppy. Just trying to find feet again. Maguire looked like he lacked that little bit of sharpness. But since that point, I think we've been very, very good. We've had our moments in games where we've dropped off. It tends to be after the water breaks for some reason. But obviously against Sheffield United, job done early. Brighton, job done early, allowing players to come off and have that bit of a rest that they need. Seeing as Ollie's stuck with pretty much the same sort of starting 11 since the return of football, and it's in stark contrast actually to Bournemouth. When we look at Bournemouth, they've struggled. I watched a little bit of the game against Newcastle, and they looked terrible. I mean, Newcastle aren't the greatest team around, and Bournemouth made them look very, very good. They've not started firing since lockdown. They were struggling before, and in terms of this game that we've got coming up on Saturday, probably later today by the time you hear this, I expect more of the same, to be honest, from United. I expect more of what we had in that Sheffield United game, more of what we had in that Brighton game, where I think United are going to dominate the ball. I think they're going to dominate possession, and they're going to be trying to find ways to break Bournemouth down. I can't see Bournemouth being too expansive. I think after the performances that Bournemouth have had, I know they beat us earlier in the season down at the Vitality, but I think with recently the performances that Bournemouth have, they're not going to be expansive. They're not going to leave themselves open. They're going to try and nick something on the break or via a set piece. I think they're going to try and be compact and organised. And it's going to be on United to break them down, as it was against Brighton. And with the team that we've got, and with the team that I expect us to put out, we'll go through the starting 11 in a second, or the predicted starting 11 in a second. I fully expect us to be able to break them down. We made light work of Sheffield United, who are granted they were missing some key players, but they are a very good side. They are where they are in the league for a reason. Again, watching them against Spurs, they were very good, and we made them look very ordinary. Again, Brighton, who were on a good run of form, obviously picked up points against Leicester, beat Arsenal. Again, we made them look very, very ordinary in a place that we've struggled in the league to go to and get anything. I think it's 2 visits before the Brighton game this season. It was 2 visits and we'd lost both. And so to go down there and walk away with the win in the manner in which we did shows how far this team is coming under Ollie. There are places that we would have struggled previously. I think it's that Fernandes factor, that ability to have that special player on the field, that makes a massive difference. So I fully expect, like I say, more of the same. that we've seen in the Sheffield United and the Brighton game. United dominating possession and territory and breaking them down. In terms of starting 11, the predicted starting 11, I think it's going to be as we've seen, to be honest. I don't think Ollie's going to mess with a winning formula. I understand he's going to want to give players a rest, but I think it's going to be get the job done after an hour. I can bring players off and rest players. So I think we're going to see David De Gea in goal. We are going to see at right back Aaron Wan-Bissaka. At centre back we are going to see Lindelof and Maguire. And then at left back we are going to see Luke Shaw. We're going to see Matic sitting in front of that back four and sweeping up as he does so well and launching attacks. We're going to see also in that midfield the combination of Bruno and Pogba. It's worked well so far. That combination has broken down the defence against Sheffield United and made light work of Bournemouth's defence, so we'll see those two play again. We're going to see Rashford continue to be played through his slumping form. We're going to see Mason Greenwood, who I think's done fantastically well all season, really. I mean, I think if you said that Mason Greenwood was going to get the number of goals that he's got this season and have the influence on the team that he has, I don't think any United fan would have agreed with you, in all honesty. But he's been absolutely fantastic. He's a breath of fresh air, and I think he keeps his place and he starts. And up front it's going to be Anthony Martial. Like I say, why mess with a winning formula? And I think Solskjaer's taking that approach. He's got a system at the moment that fits and is working. He'll continue with that. He'll try and get the job done within the hour so that he can pull the likes of Bruno and Pogba and possibly Matic and Martial off to give them the rest until we go again. But I predict it being the same starting 11 that we've seen. And I fully believe that Ollie's onto something with that 11 now. Score predictions. I've been a bit cautious in recent weeks against Sheffield United, obviously with the quality that they possess, and with Brighton, because of obviously our record there isn't great. We struggle at Brighton. But this one, I'm not going to be so cautious. Like I say, cautious in the past, and we've blown them away. But I fully expect us to blow Bournemouth away. They don't look very good at all. Obviously, it's always different when Man United you go to Man United. Whenever you play against United, everybody's level just goes up. So again, I fully expect Bournemouth to be better than they were against Newcastle. But if Newcastle can put 4 past them, then there's no reason that we can't. So I'm going with a 4-0 win. I think it'll be comfortable. I think the job will be done within the hour. We'll see a lot of changes after that. But we're going with a 4-0 win, and I think we'll comfortably beat them. So let us know in the comments or on Twitter your predictions for starting 11 and final score. As always, there will be a written match review on site after the game. You can find it at rantsofareddevil.com, where you'll also find other United content and past episodes of these podcasts. These podcasts are also available on YouTube, on iTunes, on Spotify, and as I've just said, on our website, rantsofareddevil.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at rantdevil for more breaking news. We try to get it out as quickly as possible. And if you enjoy these podcasts and the content that we do create and that we do bring to you, if you could like this video or like this podcast on the platform that you are listening to, and if you have the option on iTunes or on YouTube to subscribe to this channel and this show, if you could click that button as well, it really helps us out and we would really appreciate it. again, let's hope it is another fantastic match review that we are going to be writing. Let's hope we see United blow Bournemouth away as we are predicting. And I hope we all enjoy the game. Hope we get that positive result that we should get. And until the next one, we will see you later.